Good morning.
Kelli, Harmon.
George, you got the clock.
Thank you. So Clark asked me to read something. He couldn't make it here today. Dear friends, I'm sorry I can't be with you this morning. I've put aside much of my business obligations to campaign and will do even more if elected. But today is the most important day of the year for my business. Today is the day that I look homeowners in the eye and tell them that I'll take care of their homes, their investment, their money, and will represent them in an honorable and ethical way. If I was there with you today, I would deliver a similar message. If you allow me to represent you in the state Senate, I'll look after your money and represent you and our part of the state in an honorable and ethical way. If you allow me to represent you in the state Senate, I'm sorry, I repeated that paragraph. Pardon the pun, but to address the elephant in the room, this is my message, so please do not put Kelli on the hot seat for being the one who was gracious enough to deliver it. I contributed to Roy Cooper when he was Attorney General. I gave because my family business and many other family businesses were having issues before the Real Estate Commission due to the arrival of businesses like Airbnb. We wanted to know that the playing field was level for all involved but could get no response. We were told that because Attorney General Roy Cooper oversaw that commission, getting his ear could help get some answers, and the only way to get him down here was to have a fundraiser. I did not organize a fundraiser or participate in it being put on. I, like many others in the tourism industry, wrote a check. This was 15 months before he announced his run for governor. I have never voted for Roy Cooper for any office he has run for, and the records show my contributions, enthusiasm, and resources were put into the Pat McCrory campaign, like numerous other contributions to Republican candidates. I understand the topic is part of the process, just like President Donald Trump's contributions to the Clintons were brought up as a campaign issue. I voted for Donald Trump for his vision for the future, not an isolated incident in the past. I'm not opposed to addressing this or any other political issue. I will also defend my stances on lower taxes, less government, and more individual liberty. I will stand up for our community, our state, our republic, and our Constitution. I will stand up to the lobbyists from the renewable energy crowd and tell them I will not allow your taxpayer money to be used to subsidize their yet-to-be-proven business model. I will also point out in a proper and statesmanlike manner the differences between Bob Steinberg and myself, but I will not attack him personally, and I will not attack those who support him. His recent verbal attacks against Republican State Majority Leader Harry Reid is just a continuing pattern of confrontational behavior that does nothing to help the people of Northeast North Carolina. If Bob Steinberg were to be elected, he's already burnt so many bridges with Senate leadership that he would put our community's legislative agendas on the back burner. I am a conservative, I am a family man, I am a businessman, I am also a gentleman. Political rhetoric about me, checks I've written, being bald, it's all fair game. I signed up and put my name on the ballot, and I can take the heat. There is nothing in this political world that compares to the importance of the challenges I faced during my military service. However, I do want to close by saying that attacks on my family are absolutely unacceptable. Yesterday, one of Bob Steinberg's surrogates, who often refers to herself as his campaign manager, put up a Facebook post about my wife, saying she doesn't come to Republican events because she is scared. First of all, those that know my wife know she is a strong, independent woman who is not a wilting flower. She is not scared to go anywhere. But as conservative Christians, we believe in family. And she has missed several events to stay at home with our toddler. I do not apologize for this, and as a party of family values, it's outrageous that anyone would have an issue with that. But let me be clear, my military background trained me to be slow to anger. Anger leads to poor decisions, but it's absolutely unacceptable to bring my family into this campaign, and I hope it is unacceptable to you gathered here today. Finally, I want the way a person campaigns to show a lot about the way they'll represent you. You'll see from my campaign the ability to be reasonably and intelligently present with facts without personal attacks. I believe you can disagree with someone without hating them. I believe you can be conservative. Okay, done.
So your question,
Yes.
given that many states and localities are recognizing illegals with various forms of IDs and driver's license, do you support North Carolina doing this?
So we believe that the law is the law, and there is a legal way to become a state rep. And I don't speak specifically talking about Clark. We just believe that if there's a law in place, it should be honored. So if that law is changed at a federal level, then we will always follow the law.